Okay, what's going on everyone? Doc here, and today I'm going to teach you how to shadow parry. Shadow parry, double parry, parry while the opponent combos into your block, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. It's a way to land a parry on the opponent's second or later hit in their combo. It's a great tool for any player to learn. It's helpful if you're a parry reliant player, which I am myself sometimes, or against nodes where you need to land a parry to use a heavy attack or similar situations. It can also be helpful against opponents like Iron Man, Infinity War, and Havoc, where their first medium can't be parried by most champions, but you can parry their first light attack. Even if you don't need it right now, it's still a great tool to have in your back pocket for situations that may arise. Before I get started, I just want to give props to Dragon from the MCOC podcast for introducing me to the name Shadow Parry. It's a lot better than my original name for this video, which was a lot longer and not as cool sounding. Let's get right into some gameplay. So I've got two duels I'm going to show for this. First against Thing with Ronin, and then against Namor with Thor. I want to slow down every one, and I'm going to show the touches just like this. Like I said, this strategy can be used by any champion against any champion, barring nodes like Sunbeam, obviously. So every time I land a Shadow Parry, I'm going to show it once again, slowed down, a 25% speed, and zoomed in so you can see the timing a little bit better. All the dots you see on the screen are where my fingers are pressed. I've used this in a few videos before to help you all understand the timing better, and it's really important to understand the timing here. Timing is the key to successfully shadow parrying and not getting hit while doing so. The basic shadow parry idea is specifically blocking each hit of the opponent's combo while the block animation continues the whole time. You need to actually re-block for each hit of the opponent's combo. So what you see me doing in this gameplay is I'm blocking each hit separately, although the animation will never show it. It's really subtle, and it's why I've slowed down the shadow parries each time, and once where I didn't quite get the timing right as well. After the attack animation of each hit of the opponent, I'm releasing my finger and immediately touching it down again. Releasing the finger and touching the screen again means the game is registering the touch as a new block, not a single block held throughout the opponent's combo. For the parry to land, the timing needs to be the same as your average parry during the opponent's dash attack. The timing between the block press and the opponent making contact with my block needs to be the same perfect block timing as every other parry, except as during the opponent's combo. The animation continuing after your finger leaves the screen is kind of important. This makes sure you don't get accidentally tagged by the opponent. It's better to take another blocked hit instead of an actual hit. The less time between each block, the longer the animation holds, which means the longer my character is actually holding block. It's a very passive way to play, but it avoids mistakes. You're less likely to get hit, but you're also less likely to actually get the shadow parry, and it requires a lot more practice to get the timing perfect. Thor is a great example of good use for this strategy. Getting the parry off with Thor really helps us damage by placing armor breaks. There's a lot of other champions that benefit from parry as opposed to regular block as well. They also benefit from this strategy. As you can see from the gameplay, it's all about practice. I'm having difficulty landing a shadow parry every time, even with a lot of practice. I'd recommend recreating what I'm doing in this gameplay for that practice, just going against easy to fight dual targets of alliance members and working on the timing. Holding block to bait to dash is a good way to get the shadow parry on the second hit, and then trying to block each hit of the opponent's combo separately. After a lot of time, you kind of get it down, and it's a lot of playing. I think playing Perfect Quake really helped me with this, just because it helps you have faster reaction times, just doing that kind of stuff over and over and over again. Once you get down the blocking each hit the opponent's combo, you can adjust your timing so it has the correct timing for a parry, and then you're all set. You just learned how to shadow parry. So just kind of wrap things up here. Just wanted to do one more duel again with the show touches. This can be a full duel. I'm just going to show you how many times I actually use it in an actual duel if I'm really trying hard to use it. One thing you'll notice that sometimes when you do this, especially in duels against aggressive AI and that kind of stuff, they will go in with a heavy attack a lot at you. Especially if you're up against a corner and you're just blocking, they will just do heavy after heavy after heavy. You can see a bunch of them right there. In general though, just trying to get baited out and pretty much only using the shadow parries. I don't think I used a single regular parry throughout this whole fight. You can see I do use it quite often. It is a very helpful thing for me personally, as somebody who can tend to be a little bit parry reliant, like I said at the very beginning. Although I try to intercept as much as possible, it's just a great tool to have in your arsenal, just in your back pocket, know that, hey, if I need to land a heavy attack, I can parry at any point in the opponent's combo, and it'll be a nice, simple thing to do. Once you get the timing down, it really does get so much easier. You can see just how many of them I'm getting off in this fight. And this is after all the practice I did, just for trying to actually understand the timing myself so I can make this tutorial. So yeah, that's the end of that fight. Used it a lot, not too bad at all. So just kind of wrap things up really quickly. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video and you found it informative. You learned how to shadow parry, at least the basic idea of it, and how you can learn how to do it with a lot of practice. It's all about practice. Just get into a duel or a quest or something where you can take some block damage. Just hold your block down to bait out them hitting into it, and once they start hitting into your block, just start kind of moving your finger and just kind of blocking every hit of the opponent's combo, and you'll learn the timing as time goes on. Hopefully this video helps you at least learn that kind of stuff, learn the concept of it. I know it's a really short tutorial. I tend to do a lot longer ones, but I thought this one could be a little bit shorter, and we'll see how this works out. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned how to shadow parry. Great little buzz name there. I love it. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one, and let me know what you think down in the comments.